Several years ago, I want to say 2012, 2013, Rob Parker used to work at ESPN, and he was talking about RG3 and how he was questioning his blackness, for lack of a better term.
My question, which is just a straight, honest question, is he or is he a cornball brother?
What does that mean?
Yeah, explain that.
Well, he's not really. Okay, he's black, he kind of does the thing, but he's not really down with the cause. He's not one of us. He's kind of black, he's in the, but he's not really like the guy you really want to hang out with because he's off to something. We all know he has a white fiance, and there was all this talk about he's a Republican, which there's no information at all. I'm just trying to dig deeper.
He drew a lot of controversy for that back then. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I've just always felt the same way about Robert Griffin III. And, he continues to prove me and Rob Parker right, especially with his tweets about Jackie Robinson. Excuse me? Yeah. RG3 needs to come to KC. I'll explain why. Basically, if you didn't see it, he said Jackie Robinson was not signed to break the color barrier. Jackie Robinson was signed because he was a phenomenal baseball player. That's not political. What? What are you talking about? He said this tweet is not about... He tweeted a bunch of stuff, y'all. Here's another one. This tweet is not about Jackie Robinson. His significance can never and should never be erased. Breaking the color barrier in baseball in itself is not political. Wow. This is crazy. Another one. This tweet is not about Jackie Robinson. His significance can never and should never be erased. Breaking the color barrier in baseball in itself is not political. Jesse Owens winning 4 gold medals in itself was not political. Jack Johnson becoming the first black boxing heavyweight champion in itself was not political. They all had political ramifications. They all challenged the status quo of racial barriers to fair play, race relations, and civil rights. I don't want to read no more of that. This is crazy. This is crazy that this black man thinks like this. And you have got to be shut out entirely of black culture to even have a thought like that. To think that there was nothing political about Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier in baseball. It changed the way the United States was. What? It helped the civil rights movement. What are you talking about? Like, I can't believe this dude would say. But judging from the braids that he used to have, because they wasn't dreads. When he first got to the league, he had them buckwheats in. I don't know who did that hairstyle for him. But yeah, you could tell. But you could tell who, though. Like the real ones can tell who did his hair when he first came into the league. Probably still, I don't know what he rocking now. But anyway.
Damn.
He needs to pay a visit to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas City, Missouri. ASAP. Like ASAP. Him and, everybody else in the world too. But man, Mr. Bob Kendrick, and I know privately Mr. Kendrick got on his ass in his own house. And this is just me guessing. I'm not throwing this on Mr. Kendrick or nothing like that. But I could just imagine, because the passion and the history that man knows about that museum and what all of those baseball players had to go through in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s and beyond that. And for you to sit here and say that Jackie Robinson getting in baseball wasn't political, you got to be the stupidest motherfucker alive. Like, I am appalled and low-key offended. Because being from this city, I know how important the Negro Leagues was to the country. Not just to baseball, but to the country. And Mr. Bob Kendrick preaches this every single day of his life. He preaches it all around the country. It's well documented. And this man, this is my whole point in talking about RG3 in this situation, is that Rob Parker was right. He is a cornball brother. Yeah, he's black, he's a brother, but he's a cornball though. And he ain't, there's things to question just how he is as a black man. How are you? Like, where do you stand, bruh? Where do you stand in certain things? So, look, everybody owes Rob Parker an apology. And look, let me say this too, because and can't nobody talk to me about A, race, B, being black. You can't talk to me about, you can't tell me anything about what I've lived through and my experience, because baby, I done went through a whole lot that you don't even know about. So I would love for somebody to come and question this genetically biracial, but socially and realistically black man, something about this subject, because I'm an expert at it, baby. I'm an expert. So any white man, black man, mixed man, whatever, come talking to me about this. I would love to have an open conversation about it. I really would. Because there are going to be some people who might be offended with this conversation and how I'm discussing RG3. But it's real, because if you take him and you put him in an environment where, it's mostly black people, and he has to, let's say he has to cater to that crowd, or he has to talk to that crowd. Does he know how to talk to that crowd? Can he relate to that crowd? Now, if you put him somewhere in Kansas City terms, you put him in Lee Summit or Olathe or something like that, yeah, he might be a little bit more comfortable out there. But you put him on the east side, east of Truce, let's just do east, west of Truce. What side do you think RG3 would be in if he lived in Kansas City? West of Truce or east of Truce? We'll do a bonus one. When RG3 had them braids in his hair, where do you think he got them joints done? East of Truce or west of Truth? You ponder on that while we go to the next subject. Oh, Royals opening day coming. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on the Royals. Look, man, made the playoffs last year. Surprised some people, but not too many. If you knew the makeup of the team, and I didn't know the makeup of the team. I was surprised my Royals went to the playoffs last year and did their thing. But that's great experience for Bobby Witt and those guys. Look, man, I'm expecting big things from this team this year. 162-0, baby.
Whoa, brother.
Yes.
Whoa, now.
Okay, no. But look, I think the Royals could make a deep run in the playoffs. You see, John Sherman, the owner, investing in the team, going out making a couple signings. Of course, he want to move that team over to Kansas or wherever, the rumor mill is flying. That's neither here nor there, but I'm excited that baseball is back. And because one of the best things about spring and summer is that you could go on a little date night on a Tuesday or Wednesday night. You spend $100 at, the Cheesecake Factory anyway. Take that $100, go to a Royals game. The weather's going to be beautiful. I can't wait for these spring and summer nights at the K. It's just gonna be sad, man, because it's 2025 and the lease is up in 31, and they trying to get up out of Coffin Stadium in that time frame. So we only have so many opening days left at that beautiful, gorgeous, perfect stadium that's off I-70 in Blue Ridge. We only got a few more, y'all. We might have, right now we got 6. It's probably going to be like 4 or 5 opening days left at the K. So we got to enjoy these things while they last. And when I go back to the K this year, I'm definitely taking my GoPro every time, because these are memories that we're going to need to hold on to, because that place ain't going to exist for that much longer. As you know, that the Royals are either trying to move downtown Kansas City or the hot rumor right now is they going to 119th and Null over in Overland Park. Not a fan of that at all because what the hell, bro? Overland Park? I gotta go to Overland Park to watch the Royals? I don't know, dog. I wish they would go downtown if they have to move. My ultimate wish is that both teams will stay where the hell they are because both stadiums are beautiful. But I get it. That ain't where we at. This is, we talking money. We talking big business. The Royals are thinking that they're missing out on money right now because they don't have the surrounding, area to, build a night bar to have a prospering business sector. There's none of that going on at the Truman Sports Complex. All of that action is happening downtown, and it seems like they trying to make a new one in Overland Park. So I get it. Money is being missed, and they want to make more money. And then you look at the Chiefs. You can want to capitalize on this Patrick Mahomes era. You don't know if you're going to have another Patrick Mahomes, for the rest of your life. We went 50 years without a Super Bowl, so we already know how precious this time is. And Clark Hunt wants to milk it dry. Okay, not saying that in a bad way, but what I'm saying is he wants to strike on this opportunity that he has. And you got to capitalize on your leverage. The popularity of the Chiefs is at an all-time high, not only in Kansas City, but worldwide. So, look, man, you got to make your money. It's a business at the end of the day. I understand it. But just me being a lifelong Kansas Cityan and being a lifelong fan of the Royals and Chiefs, seeing those two stadiums just, going away, it's sad. It is. But a new day, a new dollar, a new era. This thing must go on. It is what it is.